What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Delay of Game, episode 116. This is the average man's perspective on football. Can you believe it? 116 already? Good Lord. You putting in work, son. You putting in work. I'm your co-host, Marcus. Joining me on the panel tonight is Herman. Say what up, Herman.
Hey.
I know the fact that Herman can't spell. Next up, we got Brian. Say what up, Brian.
Thank you for joining us.
Dak is
LeBron
back.
James and Anthony Davis.
With me.
Yeah.
I made the playoffs last year. They did. It's different.
The way they got beat by Golden State last night, they might not be able to playoffs this year
It's
either.
preseason, relax.
It's
No,
not.
it started last
No,
night.
it started last night. That counts.
No,
Last
it
night.
was preseason, I'm sure.
Yeah, everything before the All-Star break is preseason.
Next up, last but never least, is Mark. Say what up, Mark.
Good evening.
And me, I'm 56 years old.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Hey, I do have one thing to say.
What's up?
Herman don't have an intro prop when he says good morning. Me and Brian have to have one.
I haven't come up with a good one for him yet.
We need to find one for
He
him.
too vanilla.
Marcus don't have one either, so
He too vanilla.
I'm curious what Marcus said he was this today when he introduced himself. He said he's the what?
Co-host.
Oh, co-host. Okay.
What you think I said? I said what I
didn't
said.
know, that's why I asked.
Co-host.
Hey, what you sipping on, Brian?
Dunkin'
Tea
Donuts.
with lemon.
Okay.
Nah,
Go ahead,
I'm an
Marcus.
old man. I drink tea with lemon now.
Before we get started, I want you to encourage everyone to like, share, and subscribe, especially if you're watching on YouTube. You can catch us on Facebook and our Facebook group Delay of Game, on Twitter at Delay of Game 3, and on Instagram at the official Delay of Game. Week 6 in the books. We have some good games, some upsets, some shockers. Not really for me, but I called it. But we'll talk about it later on.
Shut up.
Dunce caps coming.
They shot.
Marcus Olsen, tonight. Go ahead and start us off, Mark.
Thank you, Marcus. We're going to talk about some NFL news, then get into hot topics, then review our picks from last week's games, pick the following week games, and then finish off with our final thoughts. So with that said, we're going to start off with the news, and I throw it back to you, Marcus. What's the first story?
So Sunday, the Carolina Panthers wide receiver Robbie Anderson was seen arguing with coaches and was kicked off the sidelines by head coach Steve Wilkes. He was traded to the Arizona Cardinals on Monday. Damn. Anderson was traded for a 2024 6th-round draft pick and a 2025 7th-round draft pick. I mean, that's what. Pissing off your coaches was a person. It'd be him, boy.
Hey, man, I think they did him a favor. I think he happy about
so,
that,
too.
man.
Yeah,
Probably so. I mean, but the Cardinals ain't much better right now.
but D-Hop's coming back, and just got hurt, so he's gonna roll right into the big role.
Who just got hurt?
Brown got hurt.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's why they're trading for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. The next story we're gonna have Herman. Tell us about the next story.
So, Los Angeles Rams head coach Sean McVay said the team has explored the option of finding running back Cam Akers a fresh new start with another team. On Friday, McVay said Akers would not practice for the second day in a row or play in the Rams Week 6 game because the team was, quote, working through some different things with Cam. He was listed on the team's injury report as out due to personal reasons.
Maybe he should go to Carolina too.
Hasn't McVay done this before?
With what running back?
I can't remember, but I don't know if it was
With a
another
player
player.
that-
But this does sound like his MO before for some reason. It's like ringing bells.
Wasn't it Sony Michelle
Or another
the other
player?
year?
I don't think so.
I can't remember, but I wish I should investigate. I apologize.
That's all right.
All right. The next news story, Brian.
All right, Steelers offensive lineman Kevin Dotson said he received 10 to 12 death threats on social media following Sunday's victory against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a game in which he committed 3 penalties and gave up a sack on the play. Rookie Kenny Pickett was concussed. Dotson said he reported the threats to Twitter, but he has not reported them to law enforcement. Dotson said, "At the end of the day, they've never done what I've done. They'll never be able to do it. I try not to come at them as fans because I've been a fan my whole life. But I've never felt like I had the right to tell somebody they should die. That's just wild.
How you complaining and you won a game? A game you never should have
Bruh.
won.
Well, no, that's
Because the
that's-
quarterback got concussed.
That's not the problem. The fans are going after him because the number 1 draft pick, Kenny Pickett, got concussed on the play that he didn't block for. So the fans
So
are
you're
pissed
saying-
off about it.
Saying it's okay.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not saying it's okay. No,
I mean, you sound like you. Did you send any messages, Mark?
Might want to check your Twitter. Hey, look,
It's a
you better check the
football
Delayed
game,
Game
man.
Twitter.
You know,
So y'all don't think there's a problem with the fans going at him like that?
Yes,
think
it's
it's
a
a
Yeah.
problem. To kill him, yeah, I think it's a huge problem. To be
But-
upset with him is
No,
one
I'm
thing.
sa- I'm
To
saying
take
the
a
same
man's
thing.
life is a huge problem.
Right. I'm saying the same thing. You can't do that.
I mean, y'all like Philly fans now. How you mad at the dude? I mean, I know okay, he got
They
concussed.
from
Y'all
the
won the
same
game.
state, so.
You won a game and you weren't supposed to win. So be happy.
That's that.
Okay.
I agree, Marcus.
I ain't gonna lie though, man. I would be pissed if they made Trubisky come back in that game.
Hey, look, that's probably why the fans wanted to kill him.
You know,
Because
that's probably
Trubisky
why.
had to get back in there. Yeah, that's just wild. All right, so last story I have about the Washington Commanders quarterback Carson Wentz underwent surgery Monday in Los Angeles to repair a fractured finger on his throwing hand. He's looking at 4 weeks recovery timeline. Taylor Heineke will replace Wentz as a starter. Rookie Sam Howell, a 5th-round draft choice, will become the primary backup.
I mean, are we surprised?
What's
Mr.
up
man,
with
I
these
think-
fingers
I think
this year, man? They're
Mr.
trying to
Glass.
get crazy.
Hey, man, I think
Well,
Howell
you
will be in
don't
there
block.
before it's all over with.
Huh?
When you don't
I think
block,
Howell,
the
Sam
quarterback
Howell will be
throws
in
the
there
ball.
before it's over with.
You might as well look at him. I mean, you kind of already know what Heineke can do, but it's a little too early in your
That's-
season still.
Well, yeah, like they were saying, I would probably be a smart thing would give Heineke a couple games, see what he can do. If he's thinking it up, then yeah, your season's pretty much
He
going to
can't
be
do
done
no worse. He
soon
can't do no
elsewhere.
worse than Wentz.
Hey, so if Heineke goes 4-0, and when Wentz is healthy, does Wentz get his job back?
He shouldn't.
Hell no.
No,
Hell no.
no. You go to third string, practice squad.
Then you know that would be something. He does not get his job back because
Oh, he ain't
You
getting
know, he
it
would
back.
cry. He would. I think he might kill himself. This would be like the
Really
second
might.
time in a row, man. He'd cry.
That's
He
probably-
definitely
Second
would
time,
need
third
some-
time, third
He
time.
can
What do you mean second time?
What was
Third
the
time.
third one? He didn't lose his job with the Colts.
well, he
They
lost.
They sent him away. They sent
I
him
mean,
away.
not like-
yeah, but he didn't. He
not
got to
like
play
he
the
was
whole
trash.
season.
I mean,
Yeah,
what they
still
said.
threw him
I mean,
out like he
okay.
was trash.
He was still trying.
This
They
will
sent
be
him
the-
away.
This
I mean,
will be the third time it happened.
this
he
was
lost
really
his
bad.
job. He may not got benched during the
He
season,
did,
but
but
after
I
one
think it's a little
season,
different. I mean, to lose to Tyler Heineke to not get your job back, that's kind of ugly.
okay,
Oh,
to lose
because it's Taylor, it's really bad.
to
Is that
lose
what
the
you're
old-
trying to say?
to lose for get over for old Matt Ryan is bad too. Like we had
It's not like they released him and then got Matt Ryan. They just got rid of him and then started searching for
which
him.
is worse. They was like,
Yes, sir.
we don't need a backup plan. Just go ahead and leave.
Right. Like
Right.
they just dumped this dude that
It was
had
like,
no
look, we
plan in
take-
place. Like,
Look, we take
we'll
anybody
find
else.
something
We just
better.
don't want you.
Look,
Yeah.
y'all gonna stop trying to make me a Wentz defender, okay? I'm not doing that, okay?
All right.
Hold on.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
Stop! Oh my God, stop! It's terrible.
What is that from? You
I have to tell you after the show. I hope I remember this time. We gotta stop. We're gonna get fired. We're gonna get cut off. YouTube will be like,
All right.
that's it.
So, since we're on the Washington Commanders, hot topics we're going to start off with. The Daniel Snyder saga continues. Should the owners vote him out? Do you think he really has dirt on the other 31 owners? Is it time for Daniel Snyder to sell that team? I'll let you start it off, Mr. Herman. What you think about it?
How about Mr. Bryan started? He wanted to debate this one, so let's let him get
I
his
just
fire
thought it was
out.
something that we could talk about.
No, I'll start. It's getting ugly and uglier. it's to the point where I feel like the NFL is going to pretty much have no choice but to get rid of him. He hasn't started losing money yet. The franchise is still, gaining money, but the public eye, like it just came out, and it's making the NFL look bad because it recently just came out that. So the reason the NFL was supposedly doing this verbal report was to protect the women who testified and who were in this report, right? But apparently, the NFL made a list, and somehow Daniel Snyder's lawyers allegedly his lawyers got a hold of this list. They were calling it the I forget what kind of list they was calling it, but anyway, it had the names of all the women or whatever who actually testified, and they're saying that Snyder hired private investigators to harass these women and do all this stuff, you know. So the NFL, it's just the more he makes the NFL look bad, the pretty much they have no choice but to get rid of him. And then as for if he really has dirt on 31 owners, I look at it like this. You got one billionaire going up against 31 billionaires. Bro, you're losing that fight every time. And like Marcus said in our group chat, it might be bad publicity for the NFL for a little bit, but all that's going to blow right back over, and everybody will be right back on. You know, it'll be just NFL business as usual. So, yeah, it's probably time for them to get rid of him. I like him being around because it just adds some stuff to the NFL.
You like him because he keeps the Commanders as a sucky team.
That too, I like that too. So I don't mind him staying. I'd vote him. I'd keep him.
Brian, what you think about it?
Yeah, it's weird. Like Herman said, all of this stuff that just keeps coming out. He has like 5 different complaints or legislative things against him currently going right now. It just looks bad. I don't even know how long was he supposed to like not run the team. I thought it was longer than this.
I thought it was supposed to have been a year.
I thought it was at least a year too, and like all of a sudden he's back and at the games and doing things. Like he just kind of snubbed his nose at the NFL. At the same time, when I think about the owners that we have in the NFL, I know there's a lot of skeletons in those closets.
Sure.
And I don't think that he was doing this without the owners knowing. They can act all sanctimonious now, but I think they knew what was going on. I think if you delve into those emails, I think you might see some owners' names on these emails, sending these links back and forth to each other. So when it's all said and done, I think Snyder's going to stay. I think he's going to keep his team. I think he'll probably get a slap on the wrist or something else. But when it's all said and done, I think he's going to have enough juice and enough power because he has to get 24 of them. Is it 24? I think he has to get at least 24 of them to vote against him. That's a big number. It's only 32 teams, so I think he's going to keep it.
But do you think they should vote him out?
Yeah. If all the stuff, he should be gone. But to be honest with you, probably a lot of their owners should be gone too. We just don't know their dirt yet.
Yeah, you kind of can say if you live in a glass house, don't throw no stones.
Yeah.
I mean, from so much chaos this team has been under. You're talking about teams. I'm sure there's owners and coaches that prefer him to stay in office for that same reason that Herman touched about. Uncertainty. Dysfunctional teams do dysfunctional things. They don't win. So if I'm another team, right, and I'm going through my schedule and I see the Commanders on there and I gotta play them twice a year, I'm checking that box off. Oh yeah, that's a win. That's a win.
He should have 3 votes.
I'm not gonna be mad about that. I'm not. Yeah. I'm not gonna care about it that much.
Yeah, I didn't think
what 3 votes to keep them?
Yeah,
for the Eagles, the Cowboys, and the Giants.
Yeah, the Giants. Yeah, those should be automatic.
That's the only 3 votes. That's only 3 votes you got. To keep
Matter of fact, Herbert, most of the East. I mean, most of the NFC should be rooting for him to stay.
But I do think he should get voted out. We've just seen in other sports, owners do ridiculous things and they had to relinquish the team and so forth. I think he should get voted out. And yes, he's got some dirt on some folks. He got some dirt. Marcus, we let you finish it up.
I mean, you already know. I think he should go. He should go. He should have been gone. I'm so tired of him and shenanigans. And yeah, so any billionaire, any millionaire, anywhere got some dirt. But so what? Like I said before, the NFL is too big to fail. The NFL is too big to fail. So a couple of smirches, a couple of owners, blase, it won't matter. Like nobody even remembers. Nobody really talks about the Robert Kraft episode anymore, or any of the other
forgotten about, other
stuff. And then nobody's, this recently some chick popped up and said she was Jerry Jones' daughter and he paid her a couple $1 million. Nobody really talks about that. Who cares?
You're right.
Who cares? Get this dude out of here already. He's I mean, did you see his appearance on the Thursday night game last week? This dude looked like I was like, what's going on with you, dude? You supposed to be a millionaire. You look like a bum. Sitting there with your hair unkept. I mean, you look like the joke of the NFL. I mean, the way he looked, I feel like he got to be about 40 years younger than 50 or 30 years younger than Jerry Jones. The way he looked about that Bears game, I think I would pick Jerry Jones in the fight to beat his butt. That's how terrible he looked. And then that's the first time me hearing about what you said, Herman, about him trying to hire investigators. That right there should be enough to get him out. That should be enough right there. The stadium is terrible. The team is terrible. It's been terrible the whole time he's been there. But he's been a blight on my team almost my entire adult life. I'll be 50 next year in less than 6 months. I'm tired of this dude. I want him gone. I don't care who comes and buys the team. Just get rid of him. Anybody would be better than him. All these accusations and everything is terrible. The team, the Commanders, is a joke. The whole battle about the name was a joke. Everything is just a joke now. Paying all these huge salaries for free agents to come in, for Bruce Smith, Deion Sanders, and let's not forget about Albert Haynesworth to come in here and just steal money and roll on out, don't contribute nothing to the team, is a joke. It's one of the worst run teams in the league. If it wasn't for the Bengals, who just went to the Super Bowl last year, and the Browns, who been to the playoff, won a playoff game in recent years, and a couple other teams, they'd be the worst franchise in NFL history right now. The worst. The only thing saved is the Browns and the Bengals, and both of them have had success in recent years. It's time for him to go. I just wish. What did a couple years ago when they made the Carolina Panthers owner sale?
Yes.
Is he racist? Mm-hmm. I just want Daniel Snyder to say the N-word so we can just get his ass out of there. I see it the only thing that'll get you going. No matter what you do, women.
I bet you the N-word is in some of them emails.
I see. I mean, they was quick to get that dude out, but they can't get Snyder out for all these accusations against cheerleaders and women. Just go ahead and say the N-word, Dan. Just say it. Say it loud and proud.
You know where it gets real dangerous? Where it gets real dangerous with Snyder when it comes to the NFL is because when you start messing around and having problems in the work environment, not only can they sue, Daniel Snyder, but they can they can incorporate the NFL into those types of lawsuits and start messing around with their money. So that's another reason why you would think they would move to get it done. I think they can get. I think they probably will get it done.
Yeah,
because I'm hearing too that Irsay. I'm hearing that Irsay is actually was chosen as a spokesperson.
They picked that dude.
Yep. For a little bit of a slew, maybe, of owners. So
it's almost like a lot of people were thinking it, but they went and pushed Irsay out to go ahead and say it.
But his stuff is public, so his stuff's already been public.
Well, so it's like Big Red said in the group.
I don't make it right.
It's like Big Red said in the group. They put Irsay out to be like, "Yo, we don't care." Look what we putting out to speak for us. We don't care. So go ahead and do your worst.
Did you hear though the little thing that like Goodell though is kind of like protecting him from getting from losing the team, and that was part of the reason about the restructuring of his contract that Jerry Jones and Kraft got into an argument about because they kind of would want to like get another person in there in order to get him out easier.
Well, Goodell can't stop it though. The 24 is the 24. But sure. I was reading and heard about the Goodell thing too, was that Jerry wants Goodell's salary more based off of bonuses in line with the performance of the NFL as opposed to just actual straight salary. So that's part of that argument too. I guess Jerry feels like if the NFL ain't continuing to profit and make money, Goodell shouldn't be getting these huge salaries, to be the commissioner, sit around and the NFL is not progressing.
When is the NFL not progressing though?
I mean, they had to do some things. They were getting stagnant, and then like Jerry and some of the other owners came up with some good ideas.
And they have margins that it's like this is where we should be growing to. If he's not getting those, that's a problem. But we'll see. I mean, they voted 31-1 against Jerry, so
They always, but they Jerry every year he votes against them.
He does, yeah.
You see, this is to be continued. We see how this works out. All right, our next hot topic we're going to talk about with Christian McCaffrey rumored to be on the trading block. Who do you think should be traded for him? If you're trading for him, and what would you be willing to give up for him? Marcus, I'll let you start this out.
Well, I'll start with what I'd be willing to give up for him. Seeing as how he's very injury prone, I'd be maybe second, third round pick. That's maybe some current players on the team, but he's definitely not getting any first round picks. Not if I was the GM. You're too injury prone. You can't stay in the game long enough. And you're a little bit small. As far as the teams, for some reason, let me go back to saying Niners.
Of course.
For some reason, I would say I would if I was seriously considering trading for him, it would be a team that already had like a number one back that so the number one back can have a rest, and so McCaffrey ain't got to carry the load. I would say maybe the Giants. They got Saquon. Saquon's a little bit injury prone. Now the problem is then you have two injury prone running backs.
Yeah.
But they don't. Neither one has to carry the load that much. Also maybe the Saints. You already got Kamara there. Kamara. He can pretty much do the same thing Kamara do. It'd be that'd be a good fit. And then maybe the Niners. Why not? Shanahan. He can do Matt.
Debo.
But technically, Debo's a wide receiver, though.
I know, but between Debo and their running back, I think the 49ers are good.
Well, then my number one pick, I think, would be the Giants. I just figure he doesn't have to carry the whole load, and they can split carry between Saquon and him.
I'm gonna say that. I mean, the hot team out there right now. If you put them on this team, they definitely going to Super Bowl, and that's Buffalo.
Damn it, Mark took my shot.
Buffalo has everything together. You put McCaffrey with that team. Oh my goodness!
And Buffalo don't even run that much, so
they don't have. They
need a running back.
Yeah, they need it right now. I do like the Niners pick because I could see the Shanahan using them well. And they normally keep a running back by committee up there, so you give him a little bit of help up there that he don't get the full load. But I tell you another team that the third team I'll probably say would be the Broncos. Believe it or not, I think Melvin Gordon's getting old, and then now you got the rookie, the second year Williams hurt. They're going to be in need of a running back, to be honest with you.
Forget getting old, Melvin Brooks. He's getting benched.
Yeah. So they're in need help with running back right now. So those are three teams that I would say, and I wouldn't give up no more than a second round pick for them, either the next 2 years or so. But those would be the teams I would take. Brian, who would you go with?
I'm with Marcus on this. He's dynamic and he's great when he's healthy, but I mean the last 2 or 3 years he just hasn't been healthy. He's had serious injuries. Has missed a lot of time, nagging stuff that just doesn't go away throughout the season. So the second round pick would probably be the highest I would go, maybe a player or two. But I wouldn't give the farm away from McCaffrey. The team that I thought that would be nice fit for him would be the Atlanta Falcons. That's all I get. Y'all like the Atlanta Falcons?
That's interesting. I'm thinking.
They need a back.
It was more of a
That what you want?
It was.
But he's in the division, so I doubt they would really want to do that.
Yeah, that's probably too. But yeah, again, I wouldn't give up too much for him.
All right, Herman.
So yeah, I'm gonna go. Okay, so compensation wise, a second. He needs to go to a team that's a contender. So maybe even give up a first, because a contender. Listen before you make all the faces. If I'm a team that's possibly going to go to the Super Bowl or deep into the playoffs, my first round draft pick is in the 20s, high 20s, which is almost the equivalent. They equivalent that to almost like a second round pick. So I would be willing to possibly give up that first rounder. Since Mark took my shine with Buffalo, I'll give you two teams that he could possibly go to and would be very dangerous. First team would be the Chiefs. We know the Chiefs are contenders. They have, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but then you throw McCaffrey into the mix. You have a back who can catch out of the backfield, and they already have, dangerous weapon in Kelsey. You could almost use McCaffrey kind of like a Hill. He's not as fast, but he can be just as dangerous. And then my other team would be the Ravens. Why not throw him back there? RPOs with Lamar Jackson. Again, Ravens look like they're going to be one of those teams that you expect to compete, go deep into the playoffs. So, add another weapon. They got J.K. Dobbins, and they got I forget who's the other back they have.
They just got Drake.
Kenyon Drake, right?
Kenyon Drake, right?
I mean, maybe you could trade one of them away and get away with one of them going in a second rounder. So those are the two teams that I would think. But it definitely has to be a contender.
Right now, the Ravens aren't a contender though. Really, I mean, they might turn things around, but right now, they're not really a contender. If you ask me,
I mean, they're going to win their division most likely.
Probably so. Yeah.
So they just you got to get to the tournament, and they see themselves as a contender, I'm sure. So, yeah, those would be my two.
All right, so that wraps it up for the hot topics of the week. Now we're going to get into our games of last week. Had some pretty good ones. Had some surprising games last week, and we're gonna get into it. First game we have is the Washington Commanders taking on the Chicago Bears. The Washington Commanders won this game 12-7. Yes, 12-7. That almost sounded like a baseball score, but anyway, they did it. The stats for the game: Carson Wentz was 12 for 22, 99 yards. Leading rusher for the Commanders, Brian Robinson Jr., 12 carries for 60 yards, 1 touchdown. Leading receiver was Terry McLaurin, 3 receptions, 43 yards. For the Bears, we had Justin Fields, 12 for 27, 190 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. The leading rusher was Justin Fields, 12 carries for 88 yards. And then for Chicago, leading receiver, 4 catches for 84 yards was Pettis. This particular game, I'm going to let Herman start it out. Who did you have in this one?
Yeah, I had the Commanders. I got this one right. There's nothing to talk about with this game, for real. We're not going to waste that time. Just not going to do it.
You should have picked the Bears so I could have long with it and wore my hat today.
Nah, I knew the Commanders was going to win that. The Bears are trash.
But they had a chance to win at the end.
Yeah. Did they have to throw the football? Because that's probably why they didn't win it.
Brian, who did you have in this one?
Yeah, I picked the dumbass Bears. I'm sorry, I picked the Chicago Bears. The Commandos ran 53 plays.
Commander, sir.
Yards.
Commander, sir.
What did I say?
Commandos.
Sorry.
Commodes.
The Bears ran 69 plays for 392 yards. The Bears lost a fumble and threw a pick. Washington was 18% on third down. And I don't know what Chicago's offense is doing, but they're ruining this quarterback if he's supposed to be the franchise guy, because all he does is look at his first read and then take off running. That's
him,
all he does.
I don't know if it's them doing
well,
that.
they need to develop him or do something better with him. And I think he died in that game 3 times. He was just down the ground, died, take him off the field, get him off the field.
Yeah,
so
that's bad.
But I picked the Bears. I picked it.
That was bad.
I took the Bears also. Brian, I mean, and Justin Fields, he's tough. That one goal line, play he had and he got hit. I could just hear you screaming from over here. He died. He didn't die. Because he got. You can just hear it. You can just hear it. The cleats with it was just popping them. It was pop. Unfortunately, the Bears punt returner muffed the kick inside the 10-yard line and gave Brian Robinson Jr. his first NFL touchdown. That was crazy. But if the Chicago Bears could catch the ball, this would be a whole different story. We'd be talking about how the Bears won this game more so than the Commanders. But I took the Bears and I lost this one. Marcus, who you have?
I picked the Commanders, but much like Herman said, this was a terrible game. Yeah, Amazon, they should be angry. They paid this much money for those last two games that they showed. This game and the last week's was the Broncos and
the last three games.
Last three.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the NFL is screwing them over big time with these two bad games. But shout out to Brian Robinson for his first I think it was first game back. What's the first game back?
He played the other game.
Okay, well, second game back, and he scored a touchdown.
That was his first touchdown. You're right.
Yeah, his first touchdown. He led the team in rushing. The big thing is the Bears made it to the red zone. I think deep in the red zone on 3 different occasions, and didn't score any points at all. So, that right there, they're off. Like you said, Brian. I don't know what they're doing with Justin Fields. Their offense is terrible. Terrible.
They might as well kept Trubisky if they was going to do this. For
They
real.
might as well. They probably could have won that game with Trubisky.
Trubisky can get through at least three of his 4 reads. Shoot.
Yeah, but I picked the Commanders, but game sucked.
But real quick, I think the NFL is doing they lulling y'all to sleep because what they're doing is they threw all the bad games at the early part. Because remember last season, it seemed like all the bad Thursday night games was at the end of the year. Now we're getting them all at the beginning of the year, and we're gonna get the good ones at the end of the year. Wow,
you might be right about that.
Hey Marcus, does it make you sad that the owner of Amazon won't be the owner of Washington if they get rid of your owner?
Why wouldn't it be?
Because he has the prime. You can't play prime and have a team.
Oh,
I think that's a conflict of interest.
How's that a conflict of interest? How's that a conflict of interest?
He has a TV
Because
contract.
What
I'm
he
an owner, so y'all gonna give me y'all gonna pay me
conflict
more
of interest,
show
right?
these
Yeah.
days.
he needs to quit.
I think that ship is sailed, sir.
He
He loves having prime.
I mean, if anybody got a conflict of interest, somebody is paying. The Walmart people must have paid somebody off. The doggone the Denver Broncos on every prime time.
Well, because it's a group
In 6 weeks, they've been on prime time 4 times. The Cowboys don't even get that much. So who paid them off?
They got Russ.
Yeah,
Russ is bigger than the Cowboys. Cowboys have been on prime.
And not only that, but that division was supposed to be the division.
It was supposed to be the division. Yeah, it was.
Okay, so let's put the Chiefs on the freaking Chargers.
That was much CTV.
Yeah, it was supposed to be.
Well, they've been wrong on that one.
Yeah, they did. All right, we're moving on to the next game. We had the 4-1 Buffalo Bills taking on the 4-1 Kansas City Chiefs. What are you putting the hat on for? The Bills rallied to beat the Chiefs in a playoff rematch. This one was a pretty good game. The stats: you got Josh Allen, 27 for 40, 329 yards, 3 touchdowns. Leading rusher was Devin Singletary, 17 carries, 85 yards. Leading receiver, Stephon Diggs, 10 receptions, 148 yards, 1 touchdown. For the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, 25 for 40, 338 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Man, they were similar. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 9 carries for 33 yards. And the leading receiver was Juju Smith-Schuster, 5 receptions, 113 yards, and 1 touchdown.
I swear he knows when he's on my bench.
Marcus, who did you have in this one?
I picked the Chiefs. It's a good game. We figured it's going to be a good game. They match up pretty well against each other. This is pretty much the new Brady versus Manning matchup. So we're going to have many years of this. It came down to turnovers. Patrick Mahomes threw 2 picks. That last one really hurt him. He wasn't able to do his, 13-second comeback like he did last in the playoffs. But this happened last season. The Bills beat them in the regular season, and got beat in the playoffs. So Chiefs fans shouldn't hold their head down too much. But yeah, I picked the Chiefs, and I was wrong.
Yeah, I was with you on this one, Marcus. I took the Chiefs, and you're right. This is probably the two best quarterbacks in the NFL right now. This is much like the Manning and Brady competition we had years ago. Von Miller makes a difference. He was a playmaker in this game. He was causing havoc for the Kansas City. One other play in this game that kind of got missed was the Chris Jones clipping. That call should have been called. That should have been called on him. That actually would have kept a drive alive for Buffalo, but they ended up winning. So it doesn't. I guess it doesn't really matter now. But this one is it's a big game for if they meet again in the playoffs, because it won't be in Kansas City if they come down to tiebreaker. It's going to be in Buffalo. So that should be very interesting to see. But I took the Bills on this one and I lost. I took the Chiefs on this one and I lost.
Hey, Mark,
Herman?
real quick, Allen was pissed on that joint. He was jumping up and down like
I never seen.
What the
hell?
hell?
I didn't even know what he was complaining about at first.
Yeah.
I was like, what's he doing with his leg? You trying to do the trying to dance or something?
Right, doing some ballet out there.
Herman, who did you have in this one?
Yeah, obviously, since Brian's wearing the hat, I had this one wrong. Also, I went with the Chiefs. It was a home game. Game turned out to be exactly what we expected it to be. It was a really good game. I actually turned off Red Zone and watched this game, particularly on Sunday. Like Marcus said, those two interceptions, turning the ball over, that's going to get you. You can't win games turning the ball over. So, like I said, it was a good game. They didn't really shut down Kelsey. Kelsey got his numbers, and Juju on my bench, he got his numbers. Call him a couple names, but I won't. I picked the Chiefs, and I got this one wrong.
But these days it's hard to go with a Chiefs wide receiver on your fantasy team.
Definitely
It is. You absolutely right about that.
That's why, and that's pretty much why he was on the bench. So
The only way you can really go with is Kelsey.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's it. Yeah, that's true.
All right, Brian.
I think we should get rid of this. I don't like this.
I love it. Get my good side, Marcus. Get my good
You ain't even smile that hard at your real graduation.
Why you cut the music go so fast, man? That's a long song, man.
We ain't going through those songs.
Hey, man, I really want to thank you fellas for giving me this gift
Oh my
to
God.
pick the Buffalo Bills, who ran 72 plays and had 443 yards of offense. The Chiefs weren't no slouch, though. They did have 61 plays for 381 yards. The weird thing is both teams were 36% on third down. Like y'all was saying before, Mahomes threw those 2 picks, which were costly, and the Bills' defense got to him 3 times. The Bills did lose a fumble in that game. Allen only got sacked once, but it was a good game. Again, defensively, I don't think that the Chiefs could do anything. And this game was the game that the Chiefs needed Tyreek Hill. This was the game where they needed to go quickly down the field, chunk plays, and they really had nobody to take his place in this particular game. So Kansas City's going to have to do some soul searching. I don't know how they're going to, get in these shootouts and be able to compete anymore. But I picked the Bills, and I picked this one correctly. Music.
You're smiling now.
Enjoy that. Enjoy that now.
Switch it up.
Switch it up, sir. Switch it up.
It's stuck. I can't get it off.
Switch it up. Switch it up.
How quickly we fall.
Yeah. How quickly the tide turns.
Goddamn Geno Smith.
All right. For the next week, the next games, we had the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks won this one 19-9. Kenneth Walker ran a key touchdown for the Seahawks to really to open this game up. Stat-wise, we had Kyler Murray, 23 for 37, 222 yards, 1 interception. He was also the leading rusher with 10 carries, 100 yards. Leading receiver, was Zach Ertz, 7 receptions for 70 yards. I'm sorry. Quarterbacking for Seattle, Geno Smith, 20 for 31, 197 yards.
How many yards, Mark?
197 yards. Leading rusher, the rookie Kenneth Walker III, 21 carries for 97 yards and 1 touchdown. And then leading receiver for the Seattle Seahawks, Noah Fant, 6 receptions, 43 yards. Let's start it off with you, Herman. Who did you have in this
Why
one?
you didn't want to pick me
Obviously, since Brian's wearing a specific hat this time, I picked correctly, which is the Seattle Seahawks. I think the Seahawks are running a good balance between their running and their pass game. 31 passes for Geno, probably maybe just a tad high, but he's not turning the ball over. And this stat might be probably a good stat for Geno, and that's 5 sacks. You probably want him to throw the ball away, but he's not just throwing the ball and making stupid decisions. He's going ahead and taking the sacks and playing for another down. And
5 sacks
I think
is a good move.
Yeah, because
he's not throwing the ball up for grabs.
Right, exactly. So he's playing for another down, and I think that's the big thing. Probably this probably changed Geno because he would throw that boneheaded ball in the past. He's not doing that now. Now I'd want him to get out, throw the ball away more, but I mean he's got the Seahawks at 3-3, and they're right there in that division. So.
The top for first place with the 49ers.
Yeah, you can't complain. Now, flip side, the Arizona Cardinals, I mean, you have one job. Be at 500 or above when you get your star receiver back. And Kyler Murray couldn't do that. He's 2-4. They paid this dude all this money in the offseason. And now look at you.
You can't put it all on him, though.
Now I'm going to.
You're a Kyler Murray hitter.
When you take that type of money, you better carry, and he's supposed to carry the team. I don't see nobody. I'm not hearing the crucifixion of Kyler Murray like they do my man right here. Where's the crucifixion for that? Kyler Murray is
not even the same
playing
category.
like trash right now and robbing the Arizona Cardinals. Robbing them. I'm done.
Marcus, who did you have?
First of all, I would say I don't like all this all this Kyler Murray hate. I don't necessarily see Kyler Murray as a problem, but I picked the Seahawks because I figured they would win because Cardinals are looking like garbage. A lot of this blame got to go on the coach, Cliff Kingsbury. A lot of people calling for his head right now, and I've said this plenty of times before. When he was coaching at Texas Tech, he was actually Mahomes' college football coach. He was known for having a good offense and no defense. And he got fired, and it was supposed to be the offensive coordinator at USC, and then somehow got hired in the NFL. Somebody must have really wanted him bad. I don't know how he got that job. I do like Cliff Kingsbury, but I think he'd be better in college. And, you're supposed to be an offensive guru, and your team don't score on touchdowns. You score 3 field goals. I don't know what happened between last year when they started off so great and then this year, but it's, if what the last season doesn't count, only this season counts was a team, it'd be the Arizona Cardinals because it's not counting. So, maybe not a D-Hop is coming back. They could do something. But I picked the Seahawks because I figured it would go this way. But, yes, and I was right.
Real quick, Mark, when your quarterback's QBR is 21.8 and his passer rating is 67.6, you blame the quarterback.
Yeah. Hey man, Seattle, I took Seattle in this particular game. Seattle defense was good, but I'm really not sure if the Arizona offense was really that bad, meaning that it was because Kyler Murray and him was that bad. You absolutely right about D-Hops. I want to see what it's going to look like, how they're going to scheme when D-Hop comes back, see how this offense is going to look like. Kingsbury got the job because of Kyler Murray. He was supposed to be the one that for Kyler Murray the opportunity to progress to a better quarterback. So I'm still waiting for that to happen. It's crazy. I don't know. I don't know what to say about him.
He ain't studying the playbook.
Do want to give props out to Kenneth Walker, who actually honored his mentor, which was Rashad Penny, who got hurt for the out for the remaining season. I think his whole year, the whole season, he's been with Seattle. I think he's been hurt every single year he's been with Seattle. But nevertheless, Kenneth Walker had a fantastic game as a rookie. But I took the Seattle Seahawks and they won. Brian.
Took y'all long enough, you long-winded fools. Man, how do you run 71 plays for 315 yards and then let the Seattle run 66 plays for 296 yards? How are you 1-5 on fourth down? Why are you going for it 5 times on fourth down?
Right.
I call that the Brandon Staley effect.
Your boy threw a pick. They lost a fumble. He was sacked 6 times. So, I mean, this game was a sack fest. Like Herman said, Geno was sacked 5 times. And, I mean, Herman brought up great points. And I don't know if you guys saw this, but they did a study of Kyler Murray. And when Call of Duty comes out, which is about to come out, his QBR drops. So
I can drop worse than it is now.
he ends up when he starts watching and playing Call of Duty all night instead of being a professional football player. Y'all just pay attention to how worse he plays. And even D-Hop, I don't think is going to stop that. I picked the daggone Cardinals like a dummy, and I will never pick them again this season.
You said I dogged that man. You said this man is playing Call of Duty. Okay?
I couldn't believe they had a story about that.
That is hilarious.
All right, I got the hat off now. You can't keep playing.
All right, we're going to keep it moving. The next game we had was the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Miami Dolphins. The Vikings won this 24-16. Stats for this particular game. Kirk Cousins, 20 for 30, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cook was 13 carries, 77 yards, 1 touchdown. Leading receiver was Jefferson, 6 catches for 107 yards. Miami, Teddy Bridgewater. I thought he didn't start this game either. Teddy Bridgewater was 23 for 34, 329 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Rasheed Mostert, 14 carries for 49 yards.
Raheem
Mostert. It just got the R. I'm sorry. Tyreek Hill, 13 receptions for 177 yards. On this one, I'll go first. I took the Vikings on this one. I was victorious with this. Man, the Dolphins, I could have sworn Skylar Thompson started it.
He did.
He got a concussion.
He got a concussion.
That was
his stats was right there. He was 7 for 13 for 89 yards.
Okay, he got concussed. Okay. I for some reason I don't remember him starting this game, but anyway. And they put Bridgewater and they replaced him with 11 minutes left in the first half is when they did it. But I took the Vikings on this one. It was victorious. Brian, who'd you have in this?
Yeah, I was with you, Mark. I had the Vikings in this one, man. And the Vikings, they weren't no world beater. They ran 50 plays for 234 yards. The Dolphins, offense did better. They had 73 plays for 458 yards. The problem is they turned the ball over 3 times. 2 picks, 1 fumble. They did give up 6 sacks to the Vikings defense. The other problem that they had is they were only 28% on third down. The Vikings were only 16% on third down, but most of the game they had the short field. So I picked the Vikings and I picked this one right.
All right, Marcus, who'd you have?
Excuse me. I also picked the Vikings. There's no way I was going to pick the Dolphins and the third string quarterback was starting. Even like Brian said, Bridgewater came in there and they did put us some yards on offense, but the big turnovers killed them. And I picked the Vikings and they should have won when the third string quarterback started. So
you made that abundantly clear last show too.
That's why I picked them.
Yeah, that's the reason I picked against him too, is because the third string quarterback was playing. I don't understand, if Bridgewater was cleared to play, why didn't he just start the game?
I think the rookie. I think he had a good game the game before. So I think they were trying to ride the momentum.
Yeah, I don't care. He's a third string
And did
Third string.
quarterback.
I mean, but you know what you're getting with Bridgewater. I mean, you want
I
to.
think Bridgewater was coming back from concussion protocol also.
Yeah, but
was.
he was obviously
He was,
cleared
but he
to
was
play
cleared
because
and
he
ready to
played.
play,
So he should have started, in my opinion. Maybe you would have won the game. But Kirk Cousins, he's managing the game. He no turnovers, took 3 sacks, threw like 30 times. Cook had 77 yards. This was a good game from what I saw of it. But Tua's coming back for the Dolphins, so things should be looking up for them. But I picked Minnesota. I got this one right.
All right. Moving along to the next game, we had I'll let you get that on, sir.
You don't need to pause.
It's
Come
too
on.
little. It's too little for your old big head.
There you go. You comfortable? You good?
I'm good. Go ahead, Mark.
Good. All right. So we had the Dallas Cowboys losing to the Philadelphia Eagles 26-17. In this game, we had Cooper Rush, 18 for 38, 181 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Ezekiel Elliott, 13 carries for 81 yards, 1 touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 5 receptions for 68 yards. For Philly, Jalen Hurts, 15 for 25, 155 yards, 2 touchdowns. Miles Sanders, 18 carries for 71 yards, 1 touchdown. A.J. Brown, 5 receptions, 67 yards, and 1 touchdown. On this one, I took the Cowboys, but I'm not mad, though.
You're
this
lucky
game,
you're
man,
still breathing, sir. Okay.
The Eagles forced Cooper Rush to finally turn the ball over. C.J. Gardner-Johnson had 2 of those interceptions out of 3 of them. They had to hold them off second half because it was up 20-0 at one point. But they ended up cutting the lead to make it 20-17. Finally, they had that long drive. They converted 3 first downs on that long drive. They finally hit Devontae Smith to take the go-ahead lead touchdown.
They converted what?
They converted 3 third down conversions.
Okay. You said first
3.
down. I'm like, what?
3 first down, 3
Okay.
third down conversions is what they got. Okay, thank you for making me clear that.
You can convert on first down to another first down. You can do first down conversion.
Brian, who did you have in this game?
Man, I had my boys in this game, and this pick was more of my heart than my brain. I hoped that Cooper Rush would do enough. I felt the defense was pretty strong. Eagles had a good game plan. Eagles came out. They ran the ball. They kept Micah Parsons kind of at bay most of the game. They ran the ball. They didn't do a whole lot. I mean, Jalen Hurt. He didn't do a ton. He just did enough. A lot of RPOs. Defense played well. Did turn him over. Did make him uncomfortable. Made him the backup that he is. But the glass is still half full for the Cowboys. QB1 is coming back. Y'all can stop the little debates now. You can realize that though Cooper Rush did an admirable job, it's time to sit down and let our QB1 take over. So I picked the Cowboys. I picked this one wrong, and we're still gonna win the East. So run tell that.
Herman?
Yeah, I had the Cowboys too. In this one, of course, I picked my boys, even though we had a backup quarterback in there. But the biggest factor in this game, I think, was the turnovers. Everybody that watches the Eagles, they had a good game plan. They really did. But the Eagles are flawed, and their biggest flaw is they only score in one quarter. Second quarter is, and I told y'all this, the second quarter is the only quarter that they usually score in. They scored 20 points in the second quarter, and I think all of those were off of our turnovers, if I'm not mistaken. All three turnovers wound up in that 20 points. So as football goes on and you get into December and you get into playoff football, you got to play 4 quarters. Because there are teams that are going to score in other quarters. So congratulations to the Eagles fans. If y'all are happy with the 9-point victory over the Cowboys with their backup quarterback, and you almost
they're happy
came back
Herman.
on y'all.
They think they won the Super Bowl, but good
Be
luck.
happy because that probably was your Super Bowl right there. But I picked the Cowboys and I got it wrong.
Salty. Marcus, what you got?
Hey Herman, let's go take a break.
Whatever. So yeah.
What? What'd she say?
See,
I can't hear you.
you heard me. Stop muting me. Stop muting me. So anyway, like I was saying, I picked the Eagles. Of course, the Eagles won. They tried to get a game away. Like Herman said, they act like they didn't know how to score in the second half. Dallas was definitely doing a comeback. It was looking mighty scary there for a minute. They obviously they had an answer for Micah. I think they run a lot of RPOs at him. They're going to switch it up next time they play. I don't think that's going to work the second time. We talked about Dallas defense. Somehow the Eagles defense, how good they are, had missed me this season. Darius Slay, that dude is the dude, and their turnover differential is like 14-2. So when you have a turnover differential like that, you're going to win a lot of games. I was watching watching a lot of sports programs this week, and they just have a couple of things to talk. They was talking about, will the Eagles be the first undefeated team since Dolphins? No, let's be real. They're not that good. They won't.
It's so easy though.
Yeah, the NFL is built differently. You can't. You're not gonna be.
Yeah, it's probably not gonna happen.
Herman, they almost lost to Kyler Murray. So
I don't care how easy the schedule is. Somebody will. Somebody gonna get you. And but yeah, I picked the Eagles, and they did win. So
real quick though,
what?
Just to talk about how easy their schedule is. Just real quick, I'm gonna run this down. At Steelers, at Texans, Commanders, Colts, Green Bay, Titans would probably take it if they were still undefeated. But I mean, their hardest games coming up, the Titans maybe and Green Bay.
Who's after the Titans?
Giants. And the Giants are going to fall off by then. The Bears. But, that's why they're saying it, because of their schedule. They're looking at their schedule saying that. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not because.
No, but one of those teams is going to sneak up on you.
Somebody's going to knock them off.
Like I said, when they play y'all again,
it's in December.
Like I said,
third to the last week.
December 24th.
Like I said, they had an answer for Micah this game.
Right.
I don't think that's going to work the next.
It's not going to be there next time.
It's not going to be there.
And until they put together a 4-quarter game, smoke and mirrors still to me.
All right, we're going to get to the last game of the week that we chose. It is the Monday night overtime thriller between the Denver Broncos and the LA Chargers. The Chargers won this 19-16. You had Russell Wilson, 15 for 28, 188 yards, 1 touchdown. Leading rusher was Latavius Murray, 15 carries for 66 yards. Jerry Jeudy, 3 catches for 54 yards. For the Chargers, Herbert, 37 for 57, 230.
Scott hits it.
Sorry.
37 for 57, 238 yards, 1 interception. Austin Agler.
Stop muting me, sir.
Carries for 33 yards, 1 touchdown. And Palmer, 9 receptions for 57 yards on this one. This was this game. I mean, I took the Chargers in this one, but I mean, Russell's still struggling in this game, man. It's all they look terrible. I think teams have figured him out, that for sure, in his NFL career.
Figured him out.
I think
they're gonna figure it out. They don't get it. The coach sucks.
Well, look. Either they figured him out, or Seattle was hiding his flaws all that time, but they figured him out. that punt muffed at the end of the game in overtime, which gave the Chargers excellent possession for the field. I mean, the player was just in the right position to push him into the punt return. It was a snoozer, but I took the Chargers. Herman, wake up. Tell me who you got.
Sorry. Okay. So Brandon McManus, 3 for 3, 100% on his field goal kicks, and 51 yarder for his long. And the MVP of the game, Dustin Hopkins, 4 for 4, 39-yard long field goal.
On one leg.
Chargers
on one leg.
On one
I picked
leg.
the Chargers. Yeah, he's out 2 to 4 weeks. Get better soon, Dustin. I picked the Chargers, and I got this one right. Wake me up when y'all done.
Brian?
Yeah, I picked the Chargers in this one too, man. And the game was, you thought might be a little exciting. They had a little spark from the Broncos. They went up 10-0 in the first half and then took a 13-10 lead. You saw Russell have a couple off-script plays that were successful. And then the second half, it was just boring. Like Herman said, man, they only had a total of 258 yards. The Chargers had 297 yards, and they had 83 plays. Broncos just lost fumble, gave up 4 picks. Chargers threw a pick and gave up 2 sacks. The game was boring. Very disappointed in the Chargers because, Justin Herbert's my quarterback, and he didn't give me nothing. And I lost, so I was mad. So I picked the Chargers. I picked this right, but I lost in fantasy.
Marcus?
I also picked the Chargers, but we talking about how bad Russell played. Brian just hit on it. Justin Herbert was terrible too. 33-57, only had 238 yards. Well, interception. His rating was 66.3.
What was it again? How many for what?
37-57. 238 yards.
57.
Too many. You throwing too many times.
Yeah, and he has the rib cartilage thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not like anybody gave him any help. Austin Eckler was only 14 for 36, average 2.6 yards a carry. So it was a terrible game. If you drafted in your fantasy league either Russell, Aaron Rodgers, which I did, but he's not my starting one, or Tom Brady, you feeling real sad about now, real sad. So. Yeah, I picked the Chargers. This was a terrible game. Please let this be the last primetime game the Broncos get this season. Please.
Tell them you don't want to see the Broncos again on
No, for what? We don't need to see them no. We don't need to see them no more. Well, Walmart greased some palms to get this doggone mini prime game. Greased, I say. Investigate that when you're investigating Danny Boy.
All right, man. How'd you fellas do in the picks? I was 3 for 3.
I was actually 5-1.
What'd you say, Herman?
I was 4-2.
Brian?
3 and whatever.
3 and 3.
3 and 3.
All right. So we're moving on to our picks for next week's game. Starting out with the 2-4 Saints taking on the 2-4 Cardinals. The Cardinals are giving up 1.5 in this particular game, Thursday nighter. I'll start this one off. Look at how bad that Kyler Murray looked in last week's game. I'm taking the Saints. Herman?
I've been looking at how bad the Cardinals were last week also, but I'm going with the Cardinals because Michael Thomas is out, Jarvis Landry is out, and one of their other top players is out for the Saints.
The safety or the one I was getting the fights with Mike Evans, he's out too.
Okay, yeah. So
Give
me the Cardinals, especially with D Hop coming back. He's going to be on fire. Put him in your fantasy lineup because I'm putting him in mine.
Marcus?
It was funny because I had the Saints to win their first, but then I just realized when Herbert just said all of them are out and D Hop coming back. I think the Cardinals might pull this one out. I don't have much faith in them, but I think they might pull this one out. So I'm going to pick the Cardinals.
And Brian, will I be long wolfing this one, Brian? Who you got?
Well, the playoff predictor has the Cardinals winning too at 62%. Last time they played was October 27th of 2019. New Orleans won 31-9. Call of Duty comes out Thursday.
So would you pick the Saints?
I pick the Saints.
Wow.
All right, going to the Sunday night game.
Did you say who you picked?
Yeah,
who
I
picked
started
first?
off. I started
Oh,
off with the Saints.
okay. Oh, my.
I took the Saints.
Okay.
Sunday game, we got the 4-2 Kansas City Chiefs taking on the 3-3 49ers. It looked like the Chiefs are favorite, 3 points. Herman, start us off with this one.
Give me the Chiefs. It's not even a question, in all honesty. I just want to give the dramatic pause for Vince.
Brian, who you taking?
Yeah. The predictor has Kansas City winning 72%. Last time they played was August 14th of 21. The Chiefs won 19-16.
August 14th, preseason.
No.
You said 21. Oh, you did say August.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, scratch that. I don't know when they played last time. Nonetheless, the Chiefs are going to win.
Taking the Chiefs. Marcus?
Sorry, Vince, but I'm gonna take the Chiefs as well. They're not gonna lose 2 in a row. I think it'll be a good game though. It'll be a good
Do you?
game. I do.
Yeah, it may be correct.
It'll be a
The
good game.
Chiefs defense is pretty banged up. I mean, I'm sorry, the 49ers defense is pretty banged up. It's not going to be a good game.
Yeah, this one, I'm not long woofing it. I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs also.
Sorry, Vince.
Sorry, Vince. Wah, 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 wah. Hey, only thing is, it's going to be a quiet week in the. It's going to be a quiet week in the group because Vince.
How you go, Vince?
Herman, if they win, we should let Vince on the show next week.
No, you shouldn't.
Hey, Vince,
Vince,
if they win, you come to the show next week, Vince.
Well,
If they lose.
hear that.
All right. Next game we got the surprising 5-1 New York Football Giants taking on the 2-4 Jaguars. The Jaguars are giving up 3 points in this one. I'll let you start it off, Brian. Who you taking in this one?
The Jags are favored by 73%. Last time they played was in September 8th of 2018. The Jags won 20-15. I think the Giants are a fraud. Give me the Jags.
I'm gonna take the Giants on this one. I think they still riding that high. They playing real good. I'm taking the Giants on this one. Herman,
Give me the Jags.
Bias. Some biased people.
No, it's not biased. I don't believe in the Giants either. And I think the Jags are kind of hot.
Hate it.
Didn't the Jags just lose?
They're still hot.
Marcus, round us out. Who you taking?
I'm also going to take the Giants. I'm drinking the blue Kool-Aid. Saquon's back. Surprisingly enough, Jones is looking pretty decent this year. Until they prove me otherwise, I'm taking the Giants.
All right, moving on to the next game, we got the 3-3 Seattle Seahawks at the 4-2 Los Angeles Chargers. Is that Chargers? They giving Chargers 6.5 points?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Marcus, I'll let you start this out. Who you got?
This is actually difficult for me. I'm going to take the Chargers. The Seahawks. I think the Seahawks definitely win this game. I don't have much faith in the Chargers right now, even though you said they're 4-2.
The Chargers are 4-2.
I don't know. Herbert wasn't good in the last
Remember,
game.
two of the victories came because somebody either missed a field goal or didn't do something at the end. So,
that's always the case in pretty much every game this season. But yeah, I'm going to take the Chargers. But I think it'll be a close game. I'm going to take the Chargers.
Herman?
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be close, in all honesty. This is a road game for the Seahawks. Chargers did look pretty bad last week, but I don't think they're going to have and they won. So I'm going with the Chargers. Herbert won't throw 57 times, and Austin and Eckler's going to have a big game.
How many times? Can we make a bet? How many times Brandon Staley's going to go for it on fourth?
I'm gonna say 4 times.
Him and
I'm gonna say 3.
and the head coach for the Lions go for it the most.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say 3-2. I'm gonna say 3-2.
And this one, I'm going to take the Chargers also on this one. I I just think that they home. I think they succeed in this one. Brian, who you got?
Yeah, the predictor has the Chargers with you guys, 75%. Last time they played was November 4th, the 2018. Chargers won 25-17. We are lockstep. Give me the Chargers.
All right, we got the Sunday night game. The Pittsburgh Steelers, the 2-4 Pittsburgh Steelers at the 3-3 Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins are 7 points favored in this. I think it's been a long time since they was favored this much over the Steelers. On this one, I'll let you start it off, Marcus. Who you got?
I'm going to take the Dolphins. Two is coming back. Steelers defense sucked. So, I'm going to take the Dolphins.
Brian.
And who's starting again? Which is what's the name going to be back?
We don't know. He practiced today. We don't know if he's going to be cleared for the concussion protocol yet. But he's
I'm still taking the Dolphins.
Brian, who you got? Shut up, Vince.
So the last time they played was October 20th of 2019. The Steelers won 27-14. The predictor does have the Dolphins winning 76% of the time. I like that way that the Steelers defense played against Brady and the Bucs last week. I think they ride the train. Give me Pittsburgh.
Herman.
With Tua coming back, give me the Dolphins. I think that offense is going to get back on track this week. It's a home game for them. If Tyreek Hill can,
Nothing.
If Tyreek Hill can grab 177 yards receiving with Bridgewater, he's going to be even more dangerous with Tua. So give me the Dolphins. Especially. Wait,
I thought. Wait, who?
Mark has to go, but I'm probably going to go for him.
Oh, my bad. I thought Mark already picked. I'm confused.
No. What?
And no, Brian, you're not long woofing. I'm going to ride the Steelers on this one. I think they're going to ride that momentum in there. I think Pickett going to play. He's going to light them up.
For y'all, I hope he does. For y'all's sake, I hope he does, because if Trash Bisky starts,
I think he's going to play. I think he's going to light them up. I do.
Hey, Trubisky threw a touchdown last week against the
Trash Bisky.
I didn't expect him to win last week at all, and not at all.
I didn't either. They impressed me.
Hey, so real quick, I read this article today about how the Dolphins Stadium is designed. So when they have those midday games, like those 1 o'clock games, the Dolphin sideline is in the shade, and the opposing team is in the sun. They said on this past week's game, it was a 30-degree difference. It was 120.
They showed it during the game.
Yeah, it was 120 on that side, but 90 degrees on the.
You talk about home field advantage.
Hey Herman, you remember when Jerry brought his own chairs and stuff?
Yeah,
the other teams start bringing like their own tents or something.
I mean, I don't think it's got to be something you can do, some type of cooling seats or something, man. Because I would
30-degree difference.
Tampa Bay should do that too. They should take advantage of the heat.
Yeah. All right, so we got the last Monday night game. The 2-4 Chicago Bears taking on the 3-3 New England Patriots. The Patriots favorite 7.5 points on this one. Man, as bad as the Bears look, there's no way I'm choosing the Bears in this game. Give me Patriots. Brian,
see how this made Monday night.
What?
It's supposed to be a Thursday night game.
How did this make Monday night? Like,
well,
this is terrible.
I don't know. The Pats are predicted to win 81% of the time. Last time they played was October 20th, 2018. The Pats won 38-31. I'm with you, Mark. I'm not rooting for the Bears. Give me the Patriots, even with Shabby or Scabby or Zaddy.
Dr. Z, as Keyshawn Johnson calls him.
Oh, Lord.
Marcus, who you got?
The devil is a lie. If you think I'm gonna pick the Bears, I'm picking.
Yeah, be there for a minute, Marcus. My ears peaked up.
I'm serious. I thought I was going to hear it. And Herman, round us out. Who you got?
A round out. I'm going with the Patriots. Wait, this game.
I don't
even understand how the Bears are on primetime Monday night. Y'all, that's 2 Bears primetime games this year already. You talking about the Broncos? Hell, the Bears are on primetime twice already.
I'm with Marcus. I don't want to see the Bears no more on primetime.
This is ridiculous, bro. Like, whew, Lord, I can't wait to see what Bill Belichick actually does to this offense.
You know
what? Patriots gonna shut them out.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean,
wouldn't
they
be
shut out.
surprised.
They shut out the Lions. So
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Wouldn't be surprised one bit.
All right, fellas. So we get down to the final thoughts of the evening, wrapping the show up. The only thing I really want to say, man, it's getting cold now. As a matter of fact, I turned on the heat tonight. It is cold. Just be careful out there, please. Get your flu shots if you need to. There's a serious flu going around. Quite a few of the kids on my son's football team have gotten sick. So please be safe. That's all I have to say about it. Brian, you wanna give me his final thoughts?
yeah. My final thought is NFL, enjoy the time you had because QB1 will be on the field Sunday. You can cancel Christmas. We are going to the bowl. Cowboys all day, baby.
Brian, Herman, give me your final
Yeah, my final thought is get a good night's rest because sleep is very important. I'm tired.
Hey, Marcus.
I got nothing this week, so I'm just gonna lead us out.
Wow.
Before we get out of here, I want to encourage everyone.
No, hold on, Marcus. You don't want to wish like Carson Wentz like speedy recovery or nothing?
Yeah, something. Say something nice about your quarterback.
No, Carson Wentz kick rocks. Tell Hannah gets my quarterback. Never should have got that bump. What was I say? Oh, before we get out of here, I want to encourage everyone to like, share, and subscribe, especially if you're watching on YouTube. We're on Facebook and our Facebook group, Delay of Game, on Twitter at Delay of Game 3, on Instagram at the official Delay of Game. We will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, same long-winded dudes. Peace.